Welcome to a new fragrance review. Today I'm going to talk about the 40 most used ingredient in perfumery, and it will be the part 1 out of 5. So I bought a little kit like this. I made the wood part of it. All the little bottle were all together in a little kit, and all of this is basically every aroma chemical or natural ingredient that are the most used in perfumery. And it came with some tester strip and some little pipette. That pipette are long gone, but I have new ones to use and new tester strips. And it came with a little book like that. It says copyright on it, so I will not show you what's inside of it. But if you're interested to try all those little ingredients, it can be really nice to analyze this. And I took it on a website that's called Perfumer's Apprentice. They sell a lot of ingredients to people that want to make perfume, and this is really useful even if you don't want to make perfume, but to really develop your nose and know the different aroma chemical that's inside perfume. There's way more than those 40 that can be used, but these are the 40 most popular and most used, at least nowadays. And also true history, because I know there's one of them, at least one of them there, that is not used anymore, but that was used like in pretty much every perfume back in the days. How I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna take 8 little bottles, one at a time. I will tell you what is the aroma chemical and which perfume, one perfume that it was really obviously using this, and I will tell you what I smell, and I will tell you what the little book tells me it smells, what are the notes or the description of the note. In fact, if you want more info, look on the internet, Google the name of the aroma chemical I'll be smelling, and if you want to smell it by yourself, well, go on Perfumery Apprentice. If I remember well, it was like $40, so it's really worth it for what you're getting, or maybe it was more than that, but even though, like, it's worth it. So let's start with the first one, which is Adoxal or Adoxal. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce this. It was used notably in Love by Kalon. I would say that it smells a little bit like aldehyde because the AL in the end of the word mean that it's an aldehyde. It smells bitter somehow. It doesn't smell like anything that would be easy to describe, but this is an ingredient that's there to kind of support everything and boost some facet of different other aroma chemical that you'll be using. I would say there's some aquatic feel out of it, more like being on the side of a pool. It's pretty much how I can describe it. And in the book it says that the note description is fresh, aldehydic, powerful, floral, rosy, and marine. Next one is Aldehyde C12, and it was used especially in Chanel numéro 5 or Chanel number 5. It was really a normal ingredient to use in perfume. And if you smelled perfume from like old time, like the 60s or something like that, there's most likely aldehyde inside of it. And I need to tell you, the smell of this one is really powerful. I put some on the paper, and like at this distance, I can smell it. Those first one are really hard to describe because they are aldehyde and they are not like linked to a specific note. But I would say it smells like aldehyde because it is an aldehyde, especially that it's the most famous one. I would say that it smells citrusy, but it doesn't smell like any citrus specifically. And I couldn't say smell like this and this and this mixed, but it smells citrusy, like if it's a new citrus that you never smelled before. And in the description on the book, it says that it's fresh, amber, citrus, and moss description. And I don't really get it as something really mossy, but I would say that it's something that will go well with oak moss and that kind of ingredient, and it's also something that was used a lot with oak moss, so it makes sense. That's pretty much what I can say about this. Next ingredients, it's Aldehyde C14, and this one was used in Mitsuko by Guerlain. And it says that there's another name for this one, and it's gamma onde calactone, something like that. I would say it smells a little bit like a peach candy. It doesn't smell like sweet, but it doesn't like super sweet. There's some sweetness to it, but it's not like something I would call sweet. I would say it smells oily. It says it smells like creamy and fatty in the book, and I would say that it's kind of in between creamy and fatty. It's not creamy, it's not fatty, it's kind of, in between. And yeah, the note description in the book is creamy, fatty, fruity, sweet peach. Next ingredient, it's amyl glycolate, and it was used in Element Aqua by Hugo Boss. It smells like pineapple, but not what you would imagine with a pineapple smell. Was it kind of a plastic pineapple? This is something that is most likely going to be in a fragrance with a pineapple note in it, but with something else to kind of round the accord. Because alone, it's kind of smell like a pineapple, but a little bit off. So it needs something around it to make it feel less off. I would say it smells kind of green, also like leafy. If I would go with the pineapple that I was saying, will smell maybe like the kind of leaf that's on top of the pineapple. That's the idea it gives for me. Next ingredient is something that you probably know about because it's one of the most known molecule in the fragrance world, and it's Ambroxan. Ambroxan was used notably, according to this book, in Dracar Noir, which for me it's not a notable use of Ambroxan. I would say that Sauvage is way more notable for that, and Invictus also is notable for its use of Ambroxan. As a more recent release, I would say that there's also Prada Luna Rossa Carbon that is notable for having Ambroxan in it. So the smell is kind of soft. Well, it's not powerful, but not soft as the opposite of powerful, but soft as the opposite of rough. It's somewhat creamy. Might sound really weird to say it like that, but this is what the color white will smell if you could smell color. There is a soft ambery aspect to it, but it's more clean than amber. It's more soft. It's more, I would say, delicate than amber. It's not woody at all, because amber is somewhat woody depending on how the note occur. And the note description is moist, soft, creamy amber. Now I'm gonna go in alphabetical order and what's in the book. So now we're gonna switch to a natural ingredient, which is actually the most used ingredient in perfumery through time, and it's bergamot. Now, bergamot essential oil, there's restriction with IFRA and stuff like that they don't want you to use it so much in perfume. So nowadays, bergamot is probably going to be synthetic. And there's also one company that makes the equivalent of bergamot essential oil without the stuff that is bad for your skin. And it's like same ingredients, they just, I don't know if they remove the bad ingredients and sell what's left of it, or if they construct it from all the little aroma chemical that's inside of bergamot to make it like as the original one. I'm not sure which way they do it, but it exists. There's something that's really like bergamot essential oil without being bergamot essential oil, which is probably what's going to be used nowadays in perfume. And a perfume that they say is really notable for the use of bergamot is 4711, the little glass bottle that's splashing that don't last long. There's a lot of perfume, a lot of perfume have bergamot inside of it, but this one is the one they chose as one that's notable for the use of bergamot. It smells citrusy. There's somewhat of an orange feel to it. To me, bergamot in perfume usually occur as kind of lemony and limey, more in that area. And I definitely pick up some lemon vibe a little bit out of it. I would say that it's kind of in between orange and lemon, the smell that pure essential oil have. There's something also with aroma chemical and essential oil. When you mix them, the smell will change. And even if you dilute them at different degrees, the smell will change. And a good example, it's not something I will try today, but there's a little bottle here that's vetiver, and I have pure vetiver essential oil. And when I smell the one that's diluted and the pure from the bottle, it smells really different. Maybe if you smell the pure bergamot essential oil, will be different than diluted because they're all diluted at different degrees. But this is what I get, what I'm smelling, what I'm telling. And I don't know why, but I'm smelling it, and somewhat it reminds me of Fruit Loops. There's a little something of it that's kind of Fruit Loops, the cereals. We're now gonna go with the next ingredient, which is also natural ingredient, and it will be the last natural ingredient for today, and it's black pepper essential oil. It was used notably in Extreme Polo Sport by Ralph Lauren, and I would say that pretty much every time, not pretty much every time, if there's the note of pepper in a perfume, it's probably gonna be, oh, I mean, if it's black pepper, of course, if it's white pepper or pink pepper, it's not gonna be, but if it's black pepper, it's gonna be black pepper essential oil because it's really cheap and would make sense to put it as the ingredient other than kind of recreate it and stuff like that. It's also a really good ingredient in perfumery. Personally, I like it a lot, and it's natural, so it's nice. So from the whole 40 ingredients, this is probably gonna be the one that you're most likely gonna know what it smells, because it smells like pepper. Nothing really to explain about it. It's pepper essential oil, and it smells like pepper. I don't know really how to explain what pepper smell like. It's spicy. It says there in the note description, spicy, warm, and peppery. And I would say, yeah, there's a little something warm. I would say that there's a little something that's almost woody in pepper. I don't know if I'm the only one that believe this, but for me, the smell of pepper, at least alone, is really woody. And this is one of the things I like about it. It goes well with woody notes, and I enjoy woody fragrance. Nothing really else to explain. It smells like pepper because that's what it is. Next ingredient is Kalon, and this one also is probably one that you're gonna know about. It's a bit less known, but it's one that is used in most aquatic fragrance, so that's why you might know about it. I would say that it smells clean. I don't know, it's not the best way to describe it, but the first thing that comes to my mind to what it smells is clean. I realized that I forgot to say which perfume it was used in, and there's L'Odyssée by Issey Miyake, that is one that used Kalon, but at the same time, as I said, it's used in a lot of fragrance that has aquatic note inside of it. If you think an aquatic fragrance, probably gonna have it. A lot of trouble to explain the smell of this one that are not like close to other thing that we're smelling. And I get why this is part of an accord and not used alone, even though alone would smells extremely good. But it just smells nice, clean. It will smell like being next to the beach, maybe having a little drink and relaxing and smelling the wind and stuff like that. It's really hard to describe, but this is how I will describe it to you. And in the note description, it says that it's fresh, watery, clean, melon, green, and ocean. And there's a little something of a melon, but it doesn't smell like any melon in particular. Maybe somewhat closer to honeydew than other kind of melon, but it's pretty much what I would say about it. So that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If it's the case, well, like and share. And again, there will be more of these videos when I will analyze the whole pack of those little bottles. If you have any question, put them in the comment. I'd be really happy to hear from you. Also, if there's any molecule that you want to know more about, also ask in a comment. So, thanks for watching and see you soon.